What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Haulin Bass TV. Today we have some exciting news. As you know, I have already been slightly partnered up with Lucky Tackle Box for the past 6 or 7 months. They've been sending me boxes, but I have kind of been promoted to their elite pro staff called the Lucky League. I'm extremely excited to get on this program with Lucky Tackle Box, and the first thing that is in order is reviewing the Lucky Tackle Box Bass Box. This is the smaller version of the Tournament XL that I've been reviewing for the past 6 or 7 months, but I figured I could bring this to you guys so that you guys see what is in the smaller box of the two, just in case you didn't want to go all the way to the biggest box they have. So let's roll that killer intro and get right into this video. So the first thing I see in here is a California Classic Bait Company sticker, which is pretty sweet. I always like stickers. I think everyone does, don't you? We have a what's in the box, as always, along with this month's box theme, which is cold water bass. We have the Lucky Tackle Box monthly magazine pamphlet. They have converted over to a digital version. So all you have to do is scan the QR code right there, and it will take you to the website where you can view the Lucky Tackle Box monthly magazine. It's all online now. So the first thing I see in here is some KVD Mustad round bend treble hooks. They are size 1, so pretty good size bait. It'd be something on a bigger square bill, or a medium diving crankbait would run these. That's one thing that I would run. I don't run a lot of round bend hooks. I prefer an EWG hook. To me, if they're not eating it right, it's because you have the wrong bait or the wrong color. The next thing I see in here is another set of Mustad hooks. These are Mustad offset worm hooks. There's 3 of them, and they're size 2/0. Nothing crazy special about them. They look to be more of a bronze color rather than a black, and they seem pretty light wire. They are light wire, but you don't really need anything crazy heavy unless you're flipping, but that's why they make flipping hooks instead of worm hooks. These would be great for offshore. You could use a medium heavy, moderate fast action rod, stick those fish, and be able to play them from way down deep. The next thing I see on here are these absolutely massive snap swivels. I don't know what I would personally, actually the only thing that I would really use this large of a swivel for would be to put a catfish weight on my line to knock a lure loose. That would actually be a really good use for this. I personally don't use snap swivels at all, besides on the occasional popper, because it makes it just a touch easier to walk. Other than that, I don't use them for anything. The next thing I see in here is Crankbait's. Looks to be a lipless crankbait. It is 2.5 inches long and 1/2 ounce weight. Let's see what else it says on here. It's called the Munchie. Incredible action, 3D eyes, free floating rattles. Gives you the best action and sound of any lipless. It doesn't have the BBs, but it's not a knocker. It's something in between. It's just like a normal crankbait rattle, to be honest. Doesn't have that tinny noise. The hardware is extremely small, but I change out all my hardware, as you guys know, so that's never really a problem with me. I either go with Owner, some Gamakatsu EWGs, or even KVD's EWGs. Those are the three that I really go with most of the time. The next thing in here that we see is a knockout bait company, Jerkbait. This is called the Purple Nurple. Those things hurt really bad back in the day. This is a bait that's 4 inches long, a half an ounce. This is the new bob and weave jerkbait. It is a perfect combination of roll, wiggle, and flash. And I really, really like this color. This is one of my favorite colors for a jerkbait. It's got the purple on top. It has the clear translucent in the center, but yet it's a cloudy translucent. And then it's got the chartreuse on the bottom. These hooks actually don't look too bad, too undersized for a jerkbait. I would still change these out, but the hooks seem to be more size appropriate for this jerkbait than it was on the lipless. So the next thing we have in here is what looks to be somewhat of a flat-sided medium diving crankbait by Bait Brigade. This is a 2.5 inch, half-ounce thunder shad. Slender profile, flat sides, and it produces an erratic thumping action. That's kind of weird because most flat sides that I know have a really tight action, and that's what they're good for in the winter, is that tight action that's a little bit more subtle. It does have a subtle rattle in it. It's nothing crazy, but that is certainly a very bright green color, and I really like that color solely because it kind of matches the logo. But I do like this. Once again, the hardware is not the greatest, but it seems to be pretty solid construction, and a flat side crank will absolutely slay some fish when they get up semi-shallow in the winter, especially northeastern people that have those ponds and lakes that have been there since the 18th century, that the deepest part of the lake's 8 foot because it's all silted in. Let's move on to the next one, Big Mouth Baits. This is called the Slim Shady. This is a 3 inch long, half-ounce bait, and it says it dives up to 5 foot. I don't know where that's going because this bill is absolutely massive for a 5 foot crankbait. I absolutely love the paint on this though. It almost reminds me of a 6th Sense paint scheme. It really does. It has more of a yellow on the side, or yellow-orange. Orange around the eyes. It has the 3D eyes and a purplish blue back on it. It's almost bluish silver. And then it also has the scales on it, which is actually really awesome. The hardware is still not up to par for what I would be doing. I would throw probably number 1 or even a number 2 EWG on this bait, depending on how it worked in the bottom. It does have a 1-knocker thud in there. I actually really like this bait, and this will probably be something that I'll be throwing down towards those rock piles and even on the edges of the brush piles for those fish. We got 2 things left in here. So after you go after those brush piles and rock piles and they don't seem to be biting the crankbait anymore, it's time to throw the Big Sur by California Classic Bait Company. This is a Swimbait by them. It seems to be sectioned. There are quite a few companies that run a Swimbait similar to this pattern or this style. However, it does have a completely separate section that's actually pretty cool that would flex right in the center there, just like that. And I really do like that color. It's got a little bit of brown on the top with some black flake in it, and then an ivory or silver color on the bottom with some silver flake in it. That's actually really nice. And you could almost cut that back half off and throw a jig head in that if you are really trying to downsize, or use it for a small trailer. You get 4 in there. That is certainly something I will be throwing after I crank through those areas. And then if they're still not moving or biting a moving bait, it's time to go on to a craw. Crawling a big worm or a craw along the bottom in deeper water can get you bit all day long. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, but let's take a look at this craw. It doesn't have the typical claws on there. It has actual craw looking claws. It's not more of a flappy design. They are quite heavy. Hopefully, I'm not sure if this is a floating bait or a floating type plastisol, which it probably won't be because I don't see a lot of salt in it and I don't smell it either. However, those claws will probably be moving quite a bit underwater. It is extremely flat though. That kind of worries me when you go to put hooks in there. It seems like it would tear pretty easy. But we'll be giving it a try, flipping it around some wood and throwing it out deep. Well, I would actually say, other than the hardware, which they gave you to change out on your baits, and they even gave you some hooks for your crawdads, I can't complain about this box at all. It looks like it's awesome baits. I haven't fished with any of them, so I can't give you that. But from first impressions, this is an absolutely awesome box, and I'm very excited to be teamed up with Lucky Tackle Box. I also want to let y'all know that right now, you can head on over to Lucky Tackle Box's site, and all subscriptions are 30% off. No code needed whatsoever. Make sure you get on that deal so that you can go buy your dad or your buddy who fishes 1, 2, or even a 12-month subscription to Lucky Tackle Box, and it'll be a Christmas present that gives once a month all year long. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't already, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button for me. Make sure you hit the bell next to it. If you like the content, give us a thumbs up. If you want a sneak peek at everything that's going on, like knowing that I'm a part of the Lucky League before it pops up on YouTube, head on over to Instagram at Haulin Bass TV. It'll be linked down below. Give us a follow over there, and then you'll get a sneak peek at everything that's going on. Go catch your PB for me. Spartan!